So with 2027 already in the horizon, the big question is whether the ADC can emerge as a credible political force or whether internal divisions and legal battles will weaken its prospect. I'm now being joined tonight to get a closer look into some of the issues. One of the key stakeholders, although suspended from his home state, the former secretary to the government of the Federation, Mr. Babachir Lawal, who is live for us here. Thank you so much indeed for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Sean.
You've been suspended by the party from Adamawa, your home state.
Did you hear my response to it? You know, these young boys, when they gather somewhere under a tree and smoke ugbo, they begin to hallucinate. Some of them begin to imagine they are the current president of Nigeria. So you never can tell.
But these are executives of the party.
They are not. They are not executives. So they just woke up one morning and decided that they are executives of the party. They are not even, the man who read the communique was not even a party member. Whether he was dismissed from APC some time back. And so he's free to make all sorts of say nonsense. He can call himself the president for all we care, which he's not and never will be. So they are not even members of the party.
I mean, it doesn't look like as a chieftain of the ADC that you have a good hold on the structure and on what is going on as far as ADC is concerned, even in your home state, not to talk about the national level.
Sean, you just said I'm a suspended member of the party. You are free to have that opinion. I don't know what has entered your head that you think I'm suspended. Myself and...
they are your people from Adamawa State. They are the ones who said you are suspended.
Yeah, you can suspend me from wherever. Which state are you, Kwara? You can decide to suspend me from Kwara.
But I'm not a politician. I'm not in your party. They are your party members who say they are suspended.
Those people are not in the party. That boy is not in the party.
Do you have a hold as a leader in your party?
We are not only having hold in our party in the state, but in the federal. We are senior members of this party. We were involved in the formation of this party from the very beginning, from the day one. We were involved in it. We nurtured it to this stage in which some charlatans can wake up and wear agbada and gather some pressmen and say they've suspended us.
Is it worrisome for you that these kind of things are happening in your party, right?
No.
And how do you convince those whom you are trying to say that you want to lead a party, I mean, you want to lead a nation, yet you are having all of this drama around your party and its internal politics?
Sharon, give me a break. We are about 200 and something million Nigerians from all walks of life, from all backgrounds, and you cannot speak for everybody's character or bringing. You cannot speak for how he was brought up by his parents. You cannot speak of which school he went to, what culture he has imbibed, what morals or bringing he is brought up in. You cannot speak for everybody. And when they say democracy, every Tom, Dick, Harry thinks that he can practice democracy in a manner that best suits him, in a manner that suits whatever it is that is roaming in his head at that particular time. You cannot speak for everybody.
But you heard also what Dumebi Kachuku, that was a presidential candidate.
Dumebi Kachuku was a presidential candidate, I understand, in 2023. I have the last convention that was held, I think, by the party in 2022, expelled him. If I knew you asked me this question, I would have brought the reports of the convention committee, which I had that expelled Dumebi. So he's free to, he's a contractor. Dumebi is an oil industry participant, and he's only doing more contracts so he can get more contracts from NNPC.
Oh, that's the reason you think he's opposing those whom,
that's the reason
some of whom they describe as hijackers.
No, wait, that's the reason he is doing this for APC.
Oh, he's working for APC?
Definitely.
Do you have evidence to that effect?
His evidence is what he just said.
That he's working for APC?
That's the evidence, trying to destroy the opposition. Oh, what evidence do you need when somebody of that status comes and starts peddling falsehood on the national television? Let people go there and listen.
How would you describe the outcome of yesterday's convention?
It couldn't be better than yesterday's convention.
So it was a success?
extremely, in spite of all the strenuous efforts that the government did to frustrate that convention, it was very successful.
I mean, but if you say that was a success, critics will say it violated internal processes and legality. Was this convention truly legitimate in your own view?
I'm not a lawyer. I wish you had called lawyers to hear to this, but as a member of the National Working Committee, we had called our legal advisors, eminent people, to advise us on the course of action after whatever. The court, the appeal court said something. What did you say? The court, they said it is
status quo antebellum. That's what they said.
Antebellum means status quo. Status quo means, by our interpretation, by the interpretation of our lawyers, very senior lawyers in the party and consultants we hired for that purpose, they advised that that means that David Mark's position as the chairman of the party is validated. And if his position is validated, everything he does thereafter is also valid. But INEC, maybe it's an appeal court over an appeal court, decided to interpret what the appeal court said, and but we don't listen to INEC. They are not the appeal court. They are not the Supreme Court. They are not even the High Court. So INEC can say whatever.
It does look like your party has a very big grouse and a lot of grievance against INEC, and that's going to be the umpire in this election.
If somebody tries to kill you and tries to slit your neck, you want to become his friend? Is that what you are saying? Somebody who tries.
Are you comfortable going to this election with the INEC? Because either you like it or not, if you are going to be on the ballot, this is the commission, the umpire that will conduct.
We are going to this election, whatever INEC does, whatever INEC says, we are going to participate in this election.
Even if you are not recognized.
Wait now, INEC is not Nigeria alone now. We have 200 and something million Nigerians. They are going to participate in this election, in which we will be on the ballot. Whatever INEC decides to do on behalf of their client APC, that's their own. Nigerians will decide.
So you are alleging that INEC is working with the APC. That's what you are inferring.
Look, Sheung, I'd like to give you. We are Nigerians. Some people ask, I say we are Nigerians. In this ADC, there are vice presidents, there are secretaries to the government, there are Senate presidents, there are Senate leaders, there are former governors, all of us in that party who know how governments work, who have access to what government does, and we have information that the average Nigerian might not be able to have or does not have. We are all Nigerians. We have brothers in this government. We have relations. We have brothers. We have enemies. And we have good people. We have bad people. It's just that the preponderance of the bad people have overshadowed the preponderance of good people. But there are Nigerians in this government that stand for the truth, and they oppose what their governments try to do, and they tell us. And we know.
So you know what is the internal workings of this government and the APC?
Are they from mass? Are they in mass?
What are you hearing that they are planning, if you know?
They want a one-party system. Look, it's very clear. Every Nigerian understands that this government cannot afford to go to an election in a free and fair manner, because they will lose woefully. I mean, what we mean woefully, it's like Judas Iscariot, when he betrayed Jesus, he fell and his stomach burst. That's the way they will lose. That's the way I characterize them.
Do you have do you have a data, or do you have an opinion poll that suggests what you're saying?
Of course we have, but it's not for us to. Channels can conduct their own. We've done our own. We know the scenario out there. We know what people are saying. We go out, they tell us, they talk to us, they encourage us, they contribute to what we are doing. And
did your poll suggest the party or a candidate for your party?
You cannot, the Constitution of Nigeria doesn't allow you to contest as an independent candidate. So you are the candidate of your party. So it's two things. Either your party is beyond redemption, and therefore they present a candidate that is beyond redemption, and that is the same thing, two sides of a coin. Both are bad in this government. In this case, both the party and the candidates they intend to sponsor are bad.
Best case scenario for your party, I mean, because I know that Bola Tinubu was your friend, and in this sense, you are enemies at war because politically speaking, you are on the other side of the divide. And by all means, you are so angry that you want him out of that power so badly.
Sure.
But with what is going on, what is the best case scenario for the ADC?
So I'd like to protest.
In terms of candidate?
I would like to protest your fixation of Bola Tinubu as my friend. I keep telling you here, there's a saying that with a friend like this, you don't need an enemy. There are some friends that you are better off with an enemy. I think I find myself in this position right now in the context of what Nigeria is going through, in the context of what the country as an entity, as a creation by God is going through. I find myself unable to say find any good thing about Bola from the moment he took over going forward. Maybe prior, yes, but from the moment he took over going forward, he seems to have been consumed by a satanic desire to destroy this country.
Just because he couldn't make you vice president?
No, I never wanted to ask him. If he tells the truth, sometimes he's not a purveyor of truth. But if he does tell the truth, he will tell you, I never, nobody alive will ever tell you I wanted to be vice president or anything. Nobody.
But you couldn't have your way.
Which way?
How you wanted his vice to come.
Yes.
That is your grouse.
No, it's not my grouse.
You didn't have your way?
I keep on telling you here, I don't know what you have an issue with not listening or not...
not agreeing with you?
No, not remembering what we discussed here. You have an issue with this, memory issues.
I'm an old man.
No,
not as old as you.
Not older than me, but
I don't have dementia.
I still remember. My issue with him is the Muslim ticket is an issue of injustice to me. It is an issue of injustice. And not only that, it is the way he himself portrayed the reason why he needed to do that. He implied that of all the millions and millions of Christians in the North, none is good enough to be a vice president. I resented that. I found it, I told you here, if you enter every office in Nigeria today, even today, the average Nigerian Christian northerner has one complaint to make. There's none that hasn't faced one form of persecution, one form of denial of privileges or rights alive in this country. Whatever you must have gone to, the trail of discrimination you have in your wake is so terrible.
So if the president makes a Christian his running mate in 2027, you will reconcile with him, if that is your grouse?
Well, since he made a Muslim ticket in 2023, we have seen what has happened. We have seen that probably if he had listened to me, the killings that are going on, the pogrom that is going on there, so various different categories of killings, infraticides, what do they call it? Call it to me. I mean, so many things are going on that you cannot separate from the impression that he had created by denigrating certain section of the community. It's the impression that he has created that has empowered everybody who has an AK-45 rifle and go on and start killing.
So is it fair that you are attributing or blaming the president for insecurity and the killings in the North?
Okay, who should we blame? We blame Satan?
No, you are saying categorically that the decision of the president to pair with another Muslim on the ticket
and the argument,
is the root cause of this.
What he did was, after he did that, he now engineered the Islamic community, especially the imams, to go on preaching and instigating their followers to vote for him as being the righteous thing to do. And not everybody is intellectually sound. Not everybody can attribute, can analyze issues. I told you a story here once. When in my farm some years back, the two Fulani men pushing their cows into my farm. And when we accosted them, they told us that Do you think that we are here without approval from somebody? This is our government, and we can do whatever we want, including pushing our cars into our farm. You won't believe that this thing happened while I was SGF. And why were they saying that? Because their perception at that level is that because Buhari is a Fulani man, or was a Fulani man, and so they can do anything they like, they have protection. And truly, sometimes when Fulani men enter your farm and they eat up your crops, the next thing you hear is one emir from somewhere is phoning you, begging you to release them. These are the issues that such things create.
But I mean, what difference will it make? Because you are saying that the only reason why this country will move forward, from your own perspective and argument, is if Bola Tinubu and the APC are out of power. That's your argument, right?
We
now.
cannot.
What is guarantee?
Not out of power. First of all, we know this government is bad, extremely bad. This government.
There's no good at all in this government.
No
from
good
your
at
own
all.
point of view. Well, that's your own argument, anyways.
Well, so who am I?
But this government has
am I supposed to put your argument before you?
No, what I'm saying is that against the fact that this government is putting forward, economically speaking, and the effort they are making in other aspects, they will say they have done a lot of good. And in fact, that they've pushed this country into the right direction. But you don't see any good in this government.
Look at you, Shehu. I'm sure coming here, you must have seen how from the day Bola Tinubu took over to today, you must see your standard of living fall. You must have seen that the salary they pay here can buy you nothing. You must have seen that the children at school fees or their children, you stress yourself to be able to buy it. You can come on television and say what you want to say because you're a journalist, probably because it's your duty to attempt to be fair, but deep down, you know that this government has brought your standard of living down, has made your insecurity more insecure. What have you got to say for this government?
Do you agree with the Arewa Consultative Forum when they say this country has drifted into a total state of war?
Sean, you know, as a young man, I had a military background. By the time a brigadier, a general is killed in a battlefield, it is not a skirmish, it's not insurgents, it's not terrorism, it is war. By the time you find that the formation of the Nigerian army in addressing these people is such that a general must lead the fight to the extent that he's killed, it's nothing but war. That is war.
How do we finish this war? How do we rescue our nation? This is about our nation.
First of all,
innocent Nigerians that are killed.
Yeah, your man, the other man, I don't know what to call him. The Senate, is he a Senate president?
Senate President Godswill Akpabio.
That is his name. He says in one of these things, I just not coming here, that he said after the election, the
insecurity will go.
Such a buffoonery talk. What do you use? I wish I would check the dictionary before I came here for that one. What an idiotic thing to say. If you kill me today, and then in next year, the insurgency has gone, how does that help my family, my children, my wives, and so on, if I'm dead by then? If people are dying, 200, 500, they kill a general at the war front, and then you say insecurity for who? For those that managed to survive? So we celebrate that? What are those that are being killed?
Mr. Lawal, if I ask you, does the APC have solution to the problems of this country?
Look, first thing first, we have the solution. We know we have the solution. The caliber of people we have in that party and the way we are running our democracy in our party is such that we believe we have the solution to the problem. But first thing first, stop this government from continuing with what they have started, what they started.
That's your first agenda.
First agenda is to stop this government from continuing with what they started in 2022.
How would you do that?
Stop them from winning the election.
How do you do that? We have the capacity. They have 31 state governors.
31 state governors that are running away from EFCC. Come to my look. I was watching I didn't go home for the congresses, but I have never seen the way people turn out for ADC congresses, for congresses like that. In times past, before you even get them to come out to the ward to vote, you must send vehicles to bring them. You must give them something with which to eat. You must give them money to go back. These days, they turn out en masse, unsupported. They just come out. Nigerians just come out. It was like a carnival. And they did it peacefully. There was no rancor. There was, mercifully, there's no even story of anybody dying in an accident on their way back to their... So Nigerians are eager. I watched the one of Sokoto. I didn't know how they managed. It was thousands of people crammed into a stadium to do what? To elect officials for the party.
Is that number convincing enough to be able to win a general election?
That is indicative.
What if the APC and as David Mark led is not able to be on the ballot? What happens?
We'll be on the ballot. There's no way.
You are in court. Several cases in court.
Unless, those judges, maybe they're coming from heaven. They are not Nigerians. They don't feel what you are feeling. Their children don't tell them what they are feeling.
So you are sure that the case will go in your favor?
We are very, very sure, as long as these judges are Nigerians and they know the law, and I believe they do, the cases will all go in our favor.
Do you agree also with the notion that Atiku Peter Obi pairing is the right pairing to be able to defeat Bola Tinubu and the APC?
Now, typical of you are trying to dig a pit for me. As a member of the National Working Committee, I might have my own preferences, but at this time, my duty is to create an environment in which all our aspirants will feel that free and fair field where they can compete. Whoever wins the election decides, maybe with the assistance of the party, whatever, will choose who his running mate would be. But I mean, if you study my projectors in politics, is to be free and fair for everybody. We'll create an environment. I know David Mark very well. I'm one of those who, typical of me, I say my mind, and he's somebody who wants you to say your mind. And so I have his ear, and I believe his main preoccupation is to create an environment in which anybody who wants to contest on the platform of this party does so. Be mindful of the fact that we are not only in this thing for presidency. We have governors, we have senators, we have House of Assembly, House of Rep. Everybody must be able to feel that he's gotten justice.
So on the final note, let me ask you, Mr. Lawal, do you have a plan B? If the cases don't go in your favor, do you have a plan B?
Strategically, if we have a plan B, there's no way you hear it from my mouth on Channels television.
But you are talking to me.
Yeah, but on television.
You and I have gone a long way.
And now I begin to doubt whether you are free and fair journalist or you are another Bola Tinubu apologist. But I mean, we have.
You are joking, right?
You are known by your antics, my brother.
I might push you, but I stand right in the middle. I don't care whose horse is God.
So it should be that way. It should be that way.
Absolutely.
And we all should
it's in the interest of our country. A free and fair independent journalism is the best for our democracy. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Babachir Lawal. Maybe you. Pastor Lawal.
Yeah,
or Farmer Babachir Lawal.
You see me on television as a journalist.
A former secretary to the government of the Federation, Babachir Lawal, and the chieftain of the APC. Thanks so much indeed for your time.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you.